Good evening, everybody. We have information updated tonight with the latest forecast models and guidance that we can find and trying to adjust the trends here for us because we do have our weather impact alert as we head into this weekend. Now, we did it because of the bone-chilling cold that's coming on Saturday into Sunday, and that is still coming our way for sure. But we have added some snow chances, mainly northeast of St. Louis on Thursday, but Saturday may kind of shift back towards St. Louis. There's still some trends there we haven't been able to fully assess. We're just getting into that high resolution guidance window now that takes us into Saturday. The snow bands, though, have tended to shift a little farther south. If there's any snow Thursday that sticks anywhere, it's more likely than not going to be northeast of St. Louis. Now, aside from that snow potential on Saturday, which may impact the metro area, we're not saying it will yet, but it certainly is a real possibility, and it seems to be an increasing possibility. The global scale models have not come in yet tonight, but as we get that information and start to assess how that's going, we'll see. But Saturday night into Sunday, the one thing we know, and we've known all week, is the cold is coming. But it's trending even colder. And so even though the winds will settle some by Sunday morning, it won't be as strong as they will be on Saturday. The wind chills, because it will be so cold, it won't take much of a breeze to get those wind chills down below zero. So hat, gloves, coats, you're going to need all of the winter wear going out the door on Saturday. Look at your highs. Next couple of days, upper 30s. Saturday only in the 20s. We may have snow on Saturday. That's an if at this point. Whether we have snow or we don't have snow, it's only 15 for the high on Sunday, and our low temperatures will be in the single digits. That cold air is up here as you get into interior sections of Canada and up into interior sections of Alaska and then over into Siberia. Fairbanks at this hour is 31 degrees below zero. So the Clipper system that we'll get tomorrow is here, coming out of the Rockies. That energy is going to slide by as we go into tomorrow afternoon. And odds are most of that's to our north. And I think we'll be warm enough that if we see anything around St. Louis from that tomorrow, it's going to be a few rain showers, and they would be pretty light and spotty. So we'll give you the latest thoughts on this here as we go from noon on Thursday, with rain chances in the form of some scattered showers or light rain north and east of St. Louis, perhaps into the metro area, about the time the kids are getting out of school, to maybe some snow or a mix as you go from Root House towards Carrollton to Litchfield, perhaps to Vandalia, Effingham, and Flora, perhaps. I think most of that is going to be liquid at this point. But those are the areas north and east of St. Louis as you go up for our far northeast and eastern counties here that have the potential for at least a few slick spots to develop by the time things wind down tomorrow about 6 or 7 o'clock. And then everything kind of pushes out. That Clipper is going to scoot on out. And it's not really cold air that comes behind that. The cold air comes in Friday night. And behind that cold air is a band of snow that's going to set up. Now, this is the European model. This is a deterministic model. In other words, it's just a one run. There are about 50 variations of this model. Some of them bring the snow into St. Louis. Some keep the snow north and northeast of us. This is our big conundrum here going into Saturday, because somewhere there's going to be a pretty decent band of snow. And it is going to cause travel problems because it's going to be cold. And it'll wind down as we go into Saturday evening, and that's when the really cold Arctic air comes in. So what we're thinking right now is the band of heavier snow. And again, this is subject to change based on new information that we get in the next 24 to 36 hours. But the heavier snow is probably going to stretch from Omaha through Des Moines, Kirksville, Quincy. This is for Saturday now. Springfield, maybe towards Effingham, and then heading down towards Louisville. Some areas in here are going to get 4, 5, maybe 6 inches of snow. It's certainly possible. But it may be a lot more narrow than what we have depicted here. That's where our snow is likely. Now, in our counties, that does include, up towards Bowling Green, going up towards Carrollton, Carlinville, Bunker Hill, you're in there. Staunton's in there. Vandalia, Nokomis, Litchfield, Farmersville, over to Flora, Clay City, north of Salem, so Kim Monday. It's likely you will get the ground decently white. Probabilities are there'll be an inch or more of snow. Those probabilities sharply drop off as you get closer to St. Louis. So we'll say snow is possible. I will tell you this, based on everything that we're seeing right now, it would totally not surprise me that we get to 6 o'clock Sunday night and we have an inch or two of snow on the ground. Now, I can't guarantee you that at this point, but it certainly would not be surprising. It is well within the realm of possibilities, but it's certainly not a lock. We could also end up with no snow on the ground out of this. What we will end up with is some bitter cold air, and there is zero question about that. In fact, zero may become a popular number here over the weekend. We're near zero for the low on Sunday morning. 3 degrees Sunday morning, 15 for the high Sunday afternoon, single digits Sunday evening into the overnight hours, and then Monday we'll turn things around and we get warmer again, just like this week, roller coaster. Here's your forecast wind chills. Sunday morning, those wind chills from 5 to 15 degrees below zero, even colder than that in a few places. If there is snow on the ground, areas north and northeast of St. Louis may even be a bit colder. You're certainly going to be closer to the Arctic air mass going northeast of St. Louis versus where we'll be in the metro area and then going down into the Ozarks. But all of us are going to have sub-zero wind chills, just about. It looks that way. And the reason being is this Arctic air is coming plowing down here Saturday into Sunday. And you see the darker purples here where the brighter purples are off to the east of us. That's where the core of the coldest air is. We're on the fringes of it. So, you know, it's still possible we have to lower those numbers. And we have already lowered Saturday into Saturday night into Sunday and Sunday night. We've already backed that off. Now, we already have our weather impact alert here starting Saturday afternoon. We've got the 30% chance of snow for St. Louis. That rises to snow being likely as you go over towards Vandalia and up towards Litchfield and going into central portions of Illinois. So just keep that in mind if you have travel plans on Saturday. Now, there's no school, there's no rush hour, but people are out and about. I mean, the reality is we're getting close to the holidays here, and everybody is busy trying to get everything done as soon as they can get it done. So Saturday, Mother Nature may not want to cooperate with us, right? So just stay alert, stay informed. I'm going to go and see if I don't have, give you a bonus. Yeah, there it is. The 10-day forecast. Look at next week. I mean, now I'm not guaranteeing you every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day will be 50 or better. We could drop off a couple of degrees there on Thursday maybe, and then bounce back towards the weekend. You know, the way this pattern is, it's a lot of ups and downs. And so we're heading back into milder weather next week, and it looks like as we go towards Christmas, it is a milder pattern. But listen, stay up to speed on what's going on otherwise here, as changes are certainly coming over the next 36 to 48 hours.